Hi everybody, it's M from DIYM, and today I'm doing a video that I've been meaning to actually finish in a long time. I started it, I think it was 2021, forever ago, and you're gonna see the difference in video quality, I think, and even just my camera work because it's awful. But anyways, I tried to edit it a little bit and try to salvage what I could from this, but yeah, it was a little bit of a mess. But anyways, so today I'm going to talk about die cutting organization. So the metal plates that you get when you do die cutting. So there's a little bit of stamp organization in here as well. So it's just a little bit of a bonus thing, but I kind of do die cutting sort of similar to a lot of people that do die cutting. They'll organize it in that sort of way, but I also have a little bit of my own interpretation sort of thrown in that I've actually had compliments from people with my organizing, specifically about my die cutting organizing. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I guess I'll just show you and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit more afterwards, stuff that wasn't in the video. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let you check this out. Okay, on to the video.
Hi everybody, so I'm just going to show you guys my stamps and dies that I've been collecting over the course of COVID. Basically, I got into card making and that sort of thing. I mean, I haven't done a lot of card making, I have to say. I really do want to get into it a little bit more though. Even making like gift tags and boxes and stuff like that for when Christmas and birthdays come up. So I finished making a whole bunch of DIY gifts. I'm not the best with packaging and stuff, so I thought that it'd be nice to get. Originally I wanted to get hole punches, but I came across dies and I realized that they're a lot cheaper and you can get a lot of different shapes. There's also some stamps that, so right here I have regular stamps, and then a little bit back here I have stamps and die sets behind the stamps. So this is kind of divided up a little bit. I don't have a ton of stamps or even dies, but I know a lot of people that have tons on the internet. I'm okay with just having a few, so this is my starter. But I just wanted to show you guys how I'm organizing it. I started organizing it, and so as dies come in, I try to organize it as much as I can. So I have these, they're just white paper. You can get whatever color paper you want. I just take like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and then cut it in half, and then I just laminate it, and then I have a little bit of a see-through edge here, and I put labels on here with my label maker. Then I just divide up each, this is just my categories, and then I do label my dies. I don't do it with my stamps so much because it's pretty much self-explanatory with the stamps, but sometimes I forget what die is what, and I'll try to put something down here just so that I know what's what here. There's certain ones, it gets a little complicated. So let's say the headbands and the lips. I basically put a little picture. You can sort of see the dies here and the lips. So this is something I like to try to do. I try to coincide some of the dies with some pictures, especially if it's like a box or something like that. That's really hard to make, like it's really complicated. So I'm just going to basically show you how I do that. Another thing I do, and I've done this with most of my stamps to divide them up a little bit, is I've taken a bookend. I got a whole bunch of them, so in case my collection grows, that's great. Also, bookends are really nice things to gift people, especially if you have friends or family members who are readers. But I'm basically putting a little bookend here just to stamp them up a little bit, and these are organizers that I've got here. They're just for organizing in the fridge, plastic ones. That really helps. If you find that you don't have that many stamps or dies and they keep sliding, there was a tip I got from somebody. I'm going to leave the link to her video, I think, down below if I can find it, but the name escapes me at the moment. But if it's slippery on the bottom, it's good to get shelf or drawer liner, something with a little bit of, so this is clear, has a bit of texture to it so things won't slip as easily. Yeah, you can use double-sided tape on the bottom with that. You can get white, you can get clear, whatever colors you want, I guess, but as long as it's textured, I think that's the main thing to do. But I just wanted to show you guys what I've been organizing it in. So these are some of my dies that I got. I got a few free ones, which are really cool. I'm not going to show you guys my whole collection or anything, but this is just a few dies that came in from AliExpress, and I just want to show you guys how I organize my dies. So these are pocket dies. These ones look like slides, and I think they're really nice in case you have swatches for things like markers or paint or something like that, and you just want to put that down just to show the color off. This is a little punch, so you can punch it and put it on a ring if you wanted to. But yeah, this is a little pocket that you just fold up, and you can put little tiny cards in there. This is nice for gift cards, and then you can decorate that, or you can make it a shaker as well. Yeah, these guys I got for free. This is like a zipper. This one, vegetables, and this one, fruit. These are door flaps. Sometimes you can do like a hidden door in some cards dies. But anyway, they're just random. This video isn't all about what dies I just got. I just wanted to show you guys. So sometimes I'll buy these vent cover things on Amazon, or you can get them probably even cheaper at a hardware store. I'm sure Amazon makes things a lot pricier, I'm assuming, but you can probably get it elsewhere as well. But yeah, I've been buying these and just cutting them up into, I can't remember if I've been cutting them to 3s or 2s, maybe just 2s. I think I've been just cutting them in half. Yeah, because that's normally a pretty good size, I'd say. So just get magnetic vent covers if you want to. You don't necessarily have to do that. And I bought a couple packs of these, but I'm starting to run low, so I'm gonna get a few more. This is a large stamp and die storage. This is 5.5 by 7 3/8 pockets, and it's like 50 packs, so I got like 100 or so. I'm running low. Sometimes you can put things on the back of these and you can get a few things out of them. I also have this really large one. I have big giant boxes, so this one's extra large stamp and die storage, 6 3/4 inches by 9 3/8 inches, and this is also a 50 pack. So this one I'm not getting through as much because I don't have as many really giant dies, but I do have a really giant die machine, so you can cut out big boxes and stuff if I wanted to. But I'm going to pretty much focus on just the smaller ones here and then show you guys how I sort of package them. So sometimes I'll just, here, I'll put the fruit on the front and something on the back here. Take one of these guys out. And I like to, you can do this any way you want. This is just how I organize my dies. So there's a little flap here, but I like to put words here. You can even put it right on the flap if you want, if you've got a way of sticking it down. And this is my brother label maker. So it makes sticker labels. It can also make ribbon, which is really cool. You can put ribbon tape in here and make some personalized ribbon for people. So I'm just gonna turn this on. So that's the on button there. And then I'm going to say fruit. So I'm pressing shift. This is the shift button here just to make all capital letters. Fruit and, oh, no, that's a 7. So I just press it first and then, and there we go, space it. I'm just gonna put veggies down instead of putting vegetables. Okay, so I might actually just do a few all at once here. So I'm gonna do pocket, gift card holder. You don't have to do all capitals like I'm doing. I just think it looks really neat, and I didn't do it on all of them either. Gift card holder. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here on camera. I'm sort of sitting down right now. These are slides, so I'm gonna put slides down. I'm gonna put zipper down. And let's see if I can get this in here. So it's peekaboo flaps. I'm gonna put those in my pop-up card stuff. I think that's it, right? And then these guys are gonna go either in my bunny dies and heart dies that I already have created, or they're gonna go in my free dies that I get. Things can sometimes be cross categories, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what makes the most sense. If it's a very random thing, I think I'm gonna put it in the free die section. I don't feel like making a category for it. All right, and then I like to back out. Oops. So yeah, so I printed that up, just like to back out of here, just so that everything's fresh and new for the next thing that I want to label. And then I just turn it off for now. So then I'm gonna get my scissors here. I like to cut off the edges. And right now I'm just going to stick this on just so you guys can see. So fruit and veggies. And then I just peel off the back of this. And then I just sort of put this down. Okay, so basically I'm gonna do that with all of these guys here. Okay, and I'm just gonna get this here real quick. So I'm gonna put this in my bunny Easter cards here. Stick that guy there. And this is my hearts. I think I already have something, yeah. I got this for free as well. But I think this is cute if I want to make a bunch of buttons and stuff. It's kind of nice to have like another one anyways, but I can put that in the free section as well. But I didn't get this before, this little tiny heart thing. Yeah, there we go. So this is a different one that I got from AliExpress, this particular one. So I tried to organize a lot of my stuff in front that has these little envelopes. So these envelopes actually already come with some magnets. I just find that they're really expensive, so I just stopped buying them and started getting the magnetic vent covers instead. And also they're really not easy to put back. I don't know. I don't like it. Anyways, you get the picture. I'm just gonna label the rest of these. So I'm just gonna gift card holders next. I just like to do that. Make sure that it's not sticking down here. Pocket. And what I've also ordered, and eventually I'm going to get it, I got see-through coin Velcro dots, and then I'm probably just going to seal them down like that, and then I can just easily Velcro it up. So I think that's going to be really, really nice for the future. Or I can just leave them open like this. It's not that big of a deal either. So these are my slides. I think these are going to be really, really fun, as I said earlier, if I really wanted to make little swatches. Even fabric swatches, I think this would be really, really cute to make. Another idea for you guys in case you feel like doing swatches for things. Okay, zippers. Last but not least, the peekaboo flaps. I might get more peekaboo flaps. These ones were way smaller than I thought, though they might be a good size because this one's kind of largish. It's probably the largest one. Okay, so all those guys are set. What I'm going to do now is, for some of these guys, I like to print up little pictures so I can see, number one, ideas for the cards, but I also like to print up stuff so I can see what everything is. So in case I forgot what the heck this is, I can have little picture examples of what it is, so it gives me ideas. Also, in case somebody else is going through my stash to make cards, maybe I want somebody to come over and make cards with me, they can see everything I have, they can get some ideas as well by the little ideas, pictures and stuff. Not every single die thing's gonna have pictures. This sort of thing is pretty straightforward. I'm going to put ideas in here anyways, just because things are not in the right spots for stuff. I kind of just want to show where things are placed. Like this is cherries, this is the cherry stem here. So it sort of gives a little bit of an idea of what's what as well. Okay, so I'm gonna do that next. My apologies, guys. I don't really have something to videotape properly, I guess, on my computer, or at least I don't know how to use it yet. So unfortunately, you're gonna see some lines here. I'm gonna film things in kind of a weird way, I guess. So these are some of the dies that I've collected that I haven't actually put pictures on. So what I do is I normally take a screenshot from my phone. I could actually do it from my computer as well. So I crop down each photo to a square size. And so this here is the examples of the gift card that I just got. So I've got quite a few examples. I like to pick quite a few of the examples just so that I have different types of ideas. This is from the site I buy things from. Go to the link that I bought them from, take pictures with my screenshot, edit it by making them square, and then I just dump them here in my Facebook Messenger so that I can go to my computer and print them up. It's a bit of a process. So anyways, I like to... Sorry, this is the pictures here. I like to download them. This is the download right here. Download. And then this is all the stuff that I've been downloading. Okay, I'm gonna go over here to the next one, and then I'm gonna download that as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to the next one, download that, and you kind of get the picture, right? And I'm just gonna download a few here. It's just really hard to film this with one hand. I'm gonna download a few, and then I'm gonna show you what I do next, okay? So, I downloaded a bunch of those things. I'm gonna go to die cut images, and then this pops up. So that was the way I organized things. So I started doing this organizing back in July, so now this is August, and I'm going to make a new August folder, so I'm gonna just say new folder. New folder. This is probably way too long for most people, but anyway, I'm just gonna put part 2. I'm gonna drag and drop this into this folder, but first I'm gonna collect some stuff here. X this for now. Going to go down to my folder. I'm just gonna pop that up 1 second, okay guys? Okay, so I didn't realize that I actually called this part 1 by accident. You guys probably caught that on the video, but I didn't. So I renamed it part 2, and then I'm gonna scroll down. Shift. I should get a tripod or something. Here, let me see if I can use this. Okay, so I selected everything. I'm just going to drag and drop everything into this. The part 2. X that off, so that's in my downloads folder. And then I'm going to go to die cut images. Drag this over. Gonna move this in here. I'm actually going to move this into there. I know it seems like a lot, guys. I'm sorry. It's just really hard to film with and do things with one hand. Then that's all in there. Okay, so I'm going to my August 2021 thing here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to part 2. So as you can see, I've already done some organization. So this is the new stuff that I want to get. I kind of just want to do the main stuff I've been focusing on for this video. So I'm going to go to Photoshop. This is something that my husband bought, this Photoshop. I'm going to go to Open Recent. I had these guys opened up here originally. So what I'm going to do, let's minimize that. I'm going to drag and drop at least 6 of these guys into here. I'm just going to put all the ones that I want in here. I normally like to do 6 on each page. Okay, let's expand this. So, okay, let's get some veggies on here. Copy and paste this. So Control C, little arrows here. And this is my original one that I was working with. Control V, so that's a new layer, okay? So I'm going to take this guy, the move tool, and just, hopefully you guys have Photoshop, but I'm sure you can do this stuff in Canva. I've just never used it because I normally use Photoshop. I'm just going to place it here. So some people, if they want to, depending on their printer, they can probably lay it out right up close so you don't have to cut out a whole border like this. My printer is weird. Sometimes it actually does let me print all the way to the border, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just giving things some breathing room right now. I'm sorry guys, I apologize for these lines, this is really bad. Okay, you kind of get the picture guys, so I'm just gonna turn this off. I'll show you the finished page, okay? So I made 2 different pages. This is the second one that I made. So I'm just showing you what I'm saving it as. So normally I save as a TIFF file, so that is easy enough to edit later if I need to. So I call this one slide and gift card holder. And then I'm going to put it as a PNG. Okay. So I saved that. So this is the previous page that I already did. So that's like fruits and veggie door flaps and all that sort of stuff, and save that. Okay, just gonna give that a save. Sometimes it takes a little bit to save. And then I just like to X all this off. So I'm gonna X this off as well. Go to die cut images. Okay, so I'm going to check out these. This is the PNG file. Open that up again. Reduce that. Okay. Yeah, so the PNG files I'm just going to drag and drop in here. It's probably unorthodox for most people to work like this, I'm assuming. I just do what I can. So then I'm basically just going to print now. I'm making sure that print setup is cool. So I'm just going to print this page. Making sure everything's pretty much good in the setup here. Print, proceed. Should have regular paper in there. And then I'm just going to print. And here we go, is my little printer. So the colors are a little off, but you kind of get the idea with them. And then I'm just going to cut each thing up, and then I'm just going to put them in their envelopes. Okay, so brought these guys back. They're all in there, the little pockets. So you can, if you want to, you could just slice them up real neat and tidy with an X-Acto knife and ruler. I'm just going to personally just cut these guys out. But yeah, I just do this real quick normally. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a quick process, but it just helps me. I just figured it was an idea that some people may or may not do with their dies, and it's just something to give it an extra level of new with their organization, I guess. I'm gonna organize this into categories. This is just regular printer paper. Sometimes people will organize their dies in digital apps as well, which is kind of another neat idea. Those pictures might come in handy as well, but I don't know, I like to do the old-fashioned traditional way, I guess, of doing things. So these guys go in the same pocket, and that's with the fruits and veggies. I'm just gonna put the fruit in the front here, like that, and then the veggies will go on the back, so I know what's what. There we go. So that's like that. And then sometimes I like to put multiple ideas in one pocket. So this is for the slides. I'm gonna put this in the back because there's only one thing in here. So that's in the back, and that's in the front. Same thing with this. Now I know what kind of ideas I can do for peekaboo cards. Pocket. So that's the picture that I saw on the site to make me think this is a pretty good idea to buy. I'm just basically putting that in the back as some different ideas so I can pull it out and show different ideas. Okay, and then I'm just going to put them in their proper spots. So you guys are going to get the basic idea of this. I'm just going to show you with one of my dies. So I'm going to show you the fruits and veggie dies and just finding the category. Food and beverages. Put it right in front of my fruit slices. Right there. And I'm just going to organize the rest of them. It's looking good. Yeah, I think they look really good. I mean, it's a little bit off because this thing's quite large, but I don't know. I really like how my dies look. They look pretty awesome. So anyways, that's how I organize my dies, and hopefully gives you guys some ideas on how to organize them yourself if you have stuff like this, stamps or dies. Okay? So this is the die collection I have. It's grown quite a bit. It does look a little messy, unfortunately. I do have some specific brands and stuff on the side here. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how much my collection has grown. I have a specific spot just for pop culture dies and things like that. And then I also have, this is mostly my stamp collection here. I still have this thing going on here that helps to kind of gather things a little bit more. And I also have some stamps down here as well. There's a few stamps right back here. But yeah, I've got at least 6 totes along here and then this one big tote here. So this is one of my other totes. This is just my newer stuff. Just wanted to show you guys the collection really quickly and how much it's grown since 2021. This is now 2025. Hopefully it won't grow too much more because I've stopped buying a lot of stuff. I don't think I have enough, but I have more than enough probably. But also there's the occasional things sometimes that comes in that I'm like, oh, I wish I had that, you know? But I'm trying to limit myself to whatever I have. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at now, and then I'm just basically going to close this video out with a little bit more information at the end here. Okay? Yeah, so that's that. If you made it this far, congratulations, because I know that was probably hard to watch, especially, it was hard for me to watch and hard for me to edit that and just try to make it look somewhat decent. Just the digital stuff, I feel like I need to grasp doing some digital filming on the computer. I'll try to figure out how that's done. I think my husband, he's more techie than I am, and so he'll probably help me figure that out a little bit more. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, I have some of it here. This is just some of the newer dies. Some of them are a few stamps and stuff like that thrown in here, but this is just some of the new dies that I have. I got this from the dollar store, this organizer bin. It has a bit of a divider in it, so it helps things stand up a little bit more too. So that's another thing you can get if you want to get something a lot cheaper. They have a lot of really cool clear organization stuff, and it doesn't have to be clear organizations. It can be just regular baskets, but I find that the clear organization helps me, at least, because I'm more of a visual organizer, like I think a lot of people are. Yeah, it just really helps me a lot. If you guys checked out a lot of my videos, I had a lot of people checking out my new organization videos, so thank you for checking out my stuff, and thanks for a lot of new subscribers. It really helps my channel a lot when you subscribe, you like, when you comment on my videos. I just wanted to say thank you for checking that stuff out for me. So I wanted to talk about, because I didn't really actually discuss the Velcro dots because I didn't have any at the time when I first filmed. So this is what I originally used, this particular Velcro brand. I don't know if they're actually available anymore, but I like the fact that this part is see-through, even though I know it's not like invisible or anything, so whatever, but I just like the fact that this is sort of see-through. Obviously you can't, maybe you can, I don't know, but it's very difficult to make the fabric portion of the Velcro see-through, so that's normally white vast majority of the time when you get these see-through Velcro things. I'll show you one here. I have a random die here, so they're normally really sticky. See, there's a see-through one there, and then there's the white fuzzy, the one with the hooks is the male side of the Velcro, and then the soft one, the fuzzy one, is the female side of the Velcro. I've talked about it on other videos before, but that's basically how they're labeled in the art world, I guess, or the design world, whatever you want to call it. I worked in an art store, that's how I know. The codes were MF, so it's like male, female. That's another story. At least in my art store, that's how it was labeled. They basically come off. I wanted to label things so that this flap came over the label, so when you're leafing through things, this label doesn't come off as easily, if that makes sense. So this is kind of protecting the label so it lasts a little bit longer, hopefully. But that's another reason why I wanted a see-through thing here. Honestly, you could do any color you want. I've got
pink, and I have different sizes too. This is just a small one, but I've got pink Velcro dots. I also have blue, which is really cool. So yeah, you can get all different colors. You can get obviously just regular white, but yeah, you can get any color you want. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that. They're just very, very sticky. They just basically glue on fast and easily. Sometimes over time, I have these guys in the sun, as you probably saw in the video. Sometimes over time, things get unglued, so you might have to replace it with another fresh one or something. But I don't know, I have like a whole bunch of Velcros, and it comes in handy as you're probably going to see in an upcoming project for gifting things sometimes. I like that. Oh, I also wanted to talk about, so I have my drawer that has all my stuff in it, except for my label maker, but these are the smaller die envelopes. This one's from a company called Avery L, and this one's like 5.5 inches by 7 3/8 inches. You already saw that in the video, I know. And I'm also gonna put in the description below, or I'm gonna try to, if I can find this stuff, I'm gonna try to be descriptive with this, and if I can, I'll try to put a link towards it so you guys can hopefully find it as well. A lot of my links are for Canadian links, like for Amazon or whatever the heck, so amazon.ca, but you can probably like search this stuff easily. Say you're from the States or anywhere else in the world, you probably search this stuff just by copying pasting the name into your specific Amazon. So I used to, but I'm not like an affiliate or anything like that with Amazon, at least not at the moment. It's not a big deal. Nothing really comes to me money-wise, so I probably need to figure something like that out at some point. But anyways, everything's free right now, so I'll figure this stuff out in the future, hopefully. But sorry about all the crinkling, guys. I also have another Avery L thing. So this is the extra large stamp and dies storage, specifically for stamps and die sets. So this is 6 3/4 by 9 3/8 pocket. So this is like a 50 pack. I think it's a little easier to find the big ones. There's like really big dies sometimes, so sometimes you just really need a big pocket for stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I know this isn't fully organized, this particular tote, but it still keeps things semi-organized. I can easily leaf through things and find what I'm looking for. I'm sorry, that was a very long video, and I just wanted to be as thorough as I possibly could about die storage, just because it can be really chaotic if you don't organize it. So what I try to do actually is every time a die comes in, which I actually haven't bought too many dies lately. Doesn't mean I'm never gonna buy them again, but like I just haven't bought a lot lately. I'm trying to spend a little less on things and just use what I have at the moment. But whenever something comes in, say I got a whole bunch of dies, what I like to try to do is try to get my envelopes ready. When I set up my storage, I try to get the digital photos together and all cut out. I try to get my envelopes all sorted, label them if I can. I can do that the day of sometimes, because sometimes things don't arrive at all, or they arrive late or something like that. And then I try to put the Velcro dots on there as well, just to seal it. You can do that in any order. You can do that on any day. There's so many ways of doing this. Sorry, my camera looks a little off. If you want to, you can, I don't really do this, but if you want to, you can label the brands as well on top of that. So that's another way to organize your stuff. If you are really interested in where it came from and what the brand was and all this sort of stuff, you can even say, oh, this came from AliExpress, this came from Temu, if you really wanted to do that as well. So it's really up to you. But yeah, you can label the brands. But yeah, honestly, I feel doing that kind of routine just helps me keep things sort of consistent. It really helps me stay organized and just have everything in its place. Because it's always good when you're organizing, everything needs to sort of have a home, right? If you buy something new, you gotta sort of think about, does it have a home when it's coming home with me? Do I have to declutter something or get rid of something in order to bring this in, right? Because I'm in a small space. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in a small space. So I kind of need to make sure that I'm doing that sort of thing. I don't really declutter enough like I should probably. I have to think about sort of things like that. That's why I'm not really bringing a lot of new stuff in, because I don't really have a lot of room for a lot of new dies. So this is kind of my method for the stamps, and to a degree, I don't have to print up a picture for the stamps normally because they already have a picture on the stamps directly. Or sometimes they normally come with a printed sheet to show you all the stamps and where they go back, which is always really nice, right? You don't really need a visual aid of how it's put together, because I feel like with the dies, there's a lot of layering and paper piecing and that sort of thing. So sometimes you forget what it looks like in the end and how it comes together. So as people are just buying new dies constantly all the time. So I feel like this is a way of kind of minimizing the amount of stuff we get, and just staying organized like that really, really helps. So when I was doing the digital tutorial, specifically I think it was KS Craft, which I buy a lot of dies from, that brand, they're only on AliExpress and Amazon as far as I know. And it seems as though a lot of their dies were copied for Temu, whatever you want to call it. I think it's Temu, but I always call it Temu. That's what everyone was calling it for so long. But anyways, so for Temu, to, I think somebody stole a bunch of their designs. So what they were doing was putting watermarks on their photos, like it'll say KS Craft or something like that across it. So it's not as easy to steal in a sense, right? I mean, you can still steal that stuff, I'm sure, but it's just not as easy to steal. So a lot of my newer, I have a lot smaller pictures than I used to have. A lot of the pictures used to be kind of a little bit bigger. So the pictures are a lot smaller, but either way, it gives me an idea of what things look like. But you can sort of see it on this one especially. You see that? There's a whole bunch of watermark words all over the picture, right? Which I think is a good thing so that people don't steal the design and try to sell it, right? The only reason why I like to do this, print up the pictures, obviously, is for my own organization purposes, just to remind myself to what everything looked like and that sort of thing. Gives me lots of ideas. As I said in the video, it also gives friends of mine ideas if they come over. So that was kind of a new thing. So my new phone that I have, I can't really easily take screenshots. So now I'm taking screenshots on my laptop directly. But yeah, I don't mind that it has the watermark. I think that that's honestly a really good thing for the company so that they don't get scammed. They work really hard to make their designs. It's not okay that people are just stealing stuff without their permission. But yeah, I'm personally doing this particular method just for my own personal purposes. So that to me, it really helps me to have the images ready in there and so I can see what I'm doing. And I just wanted to sort of share that idea with you because I felt like I don't think I've seen anybody actually do that. I've only seen people doing the magnetic thing. I don't really do a lot of magnets either. Almost forgot to say that. I used to do that at the very beginning of my organization journey and I kind of felt like there's no real purpose unless I have a whole bunch of different parts that I want to lay out. There's really no real purpose to have the magnets there, and I feel like it makes things a little thicker in your collection. So I don't know. I personally just don't bother with that anymore. I just try to do the photo thing, and I think that that really helps things out. And again, I just cut it. I'm not really precious with it or anything like that. There's no big deal with that, but everything's pretty much protected in these envelopes. But yeah, I feel like this method that I just told you about, it's lasted for quite a few years. As I said, I started doing this in 2021. It is now the beginning of 2025, and I really love this method. It honestly kept me really, really organized. All my dies, I know where they are. They're in one spot. I could probably organize things a little bit better and take the time to do that, but for the most part, I can find things fairly easily. I don't think there's only been a few times where I've actually searched for a die and I couldn't find it. It's very, very rare that that happens though. If I could digitally put things into an app or something, which I actually kind of want to work on doing at some point, I think that would be excellent. But this, the traditional way of doing this by cutting the image out and then sticking it in there, I think that that's actually really, really beneficial. It's just easier to find, like the thing is right there, right? Like the image is right there in the die. So it's a lot easier to find the die and see what it's about. Anyways, I hope you guys like that video. I will stop rambling. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to sort of clarify a few things at the end here. Again, I apologize for the really shoddy quality of the video that I did forever ago. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I feel like it's a pretty good organizing method of doing things. And if you have dies or something else like it, this organizing method is really, really straightforward. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So sorry that this is so long. I really, really hope you enjoyed it though, and it helps you guys on your organizing journey. Okay? Yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye!